when you get a career success, are you not thinking about like someone who doubted you a little bit? A little bit?
I mean, a little bit.
A little bit. Not like, obviously, it's not like what you're thinking about on the day, like all day, but there is like a passing thought.
I will say, when the Netflix special like was announced, a thought of like people who dated me I did have that thought of like
people who doubted you, who dated you.
No one ever really.
No one ever said to my face. No one ever thought you couldn't do it. No, or like even
I'm a riches to riches tale.
Or that's true. Like the American dream.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the You Up podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. I'm starting off embarrassed. We were supposed to watch You've Got Mail.
Yes.
For our Friday Feels episode, and I immediately went, yep, I didn't watch that. I totally forgot to do it.
Was this like you in school?
Yes.
Like the teacher's like, and everyone take out the worksheet from the homework last night, and you'd be like, didn't do that.
I literally would have to eat it. There's so many times in my school history of me going, that's a thing that we were supposed to do for today. That's a thing I knew to do for today. Did not do that thing for today. Like,
nice.
Definitely many times where in high school where it'd be like me hitting my pockets looking for
your homework,
something that doesn't
your
exist.
Homework in your pocket.
Yeah. Like, well, I
thought it was in this binder. I must have left it on the kitchen counter.
Right. And then thinking, how am I going to bullshit my way? Right. This is my dating life too.
Stoley ate your homework.
Stoley ate my homework. And
right.
They'd be like, who's Stoley? Yes. And I'd be like, that's the dog we have. You have a dog? Yeah.
Right. Named after vodka? Now what's going on in the Freed house?
It all makes sense. I had a weird thing. So we're taping this, we're batching these as we do now that I'm in Delray Beach, but I was going to fly back to New York tonight, and cuz the hotels here expensive.
Yeah.
I got priced out.
It's an expensive city.
Expensive. You hear that? Did you know New York City?
That's what I've heard.
Costs a lot of money.
The nice thing about New York being so expensive is that when you leave and everyone's like, this city's so expensive, it doesn't feel that expensive because you're coming from New York.
Right. Everything in relation to New York, who cares?
Right.
Like a New York City beer or a drink, when I first moved here, it was like the going rate for a beer was like $5.
Yeah, not anymore.
That is not the case anymore. But the $5 beer, it's like I think it's called the Big Mac. There's an economic thing where you compare the price of a Big Mac in different cities, and that tells you the actual change in currency.
I mean, a coffee is $8.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so when you leave here, you're right. You go, oh, everything's cheap. Oh my God. It's like going from here to Canada. You're like, oh, I can spend as much as I want. So I'm now getting the reverse of it, where I'm like, a hotel was $700 a night. Like, at a minute.
The Hilton Garden Inn was $700 a night.
I am telling you,
that should be illegal.
Right. It feels like it should be. And that is, again, to empathize with the New York City hater who will never be wrong. That's why they're annoying. They're like, oh, it's dirty and there's homeless and everything's so expensive. And you have to go, yes, yes, and yes. But I love it. It's like, that's why the New York hater, or the people that hate on things, you're going to be right at some point. Like, there's things I can't disagree with. But there's also... New York City is New York City. You win all the time. Yeah. So that's why New Yorkers get this reputation. You're a piece of shit. You're an elitist, whatever. Okay.
All true.
So all true. So I'm coming home yesterday and I'm debating my week because I was going to go back to Delray and then go tonight and then go to Kansas City on Friday, which is a pain in the ass. You got to go home, but then
where is Kansas City? Either way, you're getting on... I guess you're getting on one less flight.
It's an extra flight.
Yeah.
If I go home. And to be home for a day, you go, what's that worth? It's a lot of exhaustion. But I was I kind of resigned to it. I'm walking up to my hotel. As I'm thinking about this, what am I going to do? I guess I'll go home. A guy walks by me and goes, Josh? And I go, I think that felt like he was talking to me.
Okay.
But I can't be that attention starved that I go, are you talking to me?
Jared.
Jared. I can't, that would look like a loser.
Okay.
No, I'm not Josh, but
On
I'm
the street,
Jared.
just on the street.
Just on the street. Just I
Okay.
hear Josh, and I'm like, I know that was meant for me.
Okay.
But I can't turn, so I just keep walking. A guy runs up beside me. He goes, "I've seen you at the cellar, man. So funny."
He doesn't know your name.
And I'm man, dude, bro.
Okay.
You know, and I go, "Thank you. Oh, that's so nice." He goes, "You staying here?" And he points at my hotel, at the Moxie.
Okay.
And I go, "No, like I don't know." And he goes, "You're not staying here?" I go, I go, "No." He goes, "I'm the GM of this hotel." And I go, "No way, dude." I go, "Well, Moxie used to sponsor our podcast."
We did our whole 2019 tour.
2019 tour was all sponsored by Moxie. I was like, I am familiar with the brand. I'm like,
Stayed at a bunch of them.
We have stayed at more
Moxies
Moxies
around the country.
We know
Yes.
the Moxie brand. And I go, listen, man, I'm familiar just because I've stayed. Our whole tour was sponsored by you guys. He goes, would you know, if you ever need a room. And what you hear about when you start to like fly in and out of New York for work,
Okay.
there's people that will say to you, get involved, like chum up with one of the hotels. They'll give you a deal.
Yeah.
They say that people say this, you know, when like people,
Yeah, then it's like they get the promotion, you get the
well, not even promotion. People say this to you without having a following. They go, if you just talk to someone and say, I come a lot, they'll figure out a way to make you a consistent customer.
Okay.
And people say this to you as if it's like going to happen. I'm like, well, I'll keep that in mind, but I'm not like looking to be like, hey, how you doing?
Like,
you know,
well,
like the Hilton Garden Inn lady.
Right.
So like I kind of like had that in my head and I said to him, I go, well, dude, it's crazy you say this. I'm actually in the market.
Wow.
And he goes, take my card.
Have him put his money where his mouth is.
Right. He goes, take my card. I go, great. And then I get back into my room and I text him right away. I go, it's really—
Need a room tonight.
I go, I need a room tomorrow night and Thursday and Friday if I stay. And I go, but also no pressure, no worries if not.
Right,
you know, like,
exactly. You're asking for the +1 to the wedding.
Right. Like this is, I know you offered, but
Right,
like I'm
yes.
willing to like make it easy on you to say I don't have it.
No
Maybe
worries
promises—
if not.
No worries if not.
Yes.
And he goes, no, I got you. And then he goes, but now I'm like texting with this random number. So I'm like, I'm just believing a guy who came up to me in the streets of New
Right.
York.
He could just be a guy who's like going to kidnap you.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, come to room 605. That's your room.
Right. And I'm like one of those people, like, look at me. Like,
But he gave you a card.
Someone would want to take advantage of me and my body.
Exactly. So wait on. So people are always looking for 40-year-old non-virgins to sell into white slavery. 40-year-old male non-virgins.
I am the type. So I go, he's like, he shows me, he did a thing.
He had a card that was from
It was
Moxie?
from Moxie.
Okay.
So that made me feel a little bit better. But he's like, oh, so he's like, no problem. He goes, this is how much it would have been, which I thought was weird. He showed me like the price for the next 2 nights.
Okay. How much?
$1,400
A night or
for
total?
2 nights
Okay.
with taxes, with everything. He's
Still
like,
crazy, but yeah.
still, that's crazy. And he goes, I can get you $200 a night and we'll waive the whatever fee. And I'm like, yeah, done. Of course.
Okay.
And now
Does he want something in return for that?
Well, no, not he hasn't asked yet, but he was like, I can set you up with our marketing people, like maybe to like.
I mean,
this is a promotion in itself.
This is worth more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
This is, but Moxie, like we have a good experience there. It's a Bonvoy hotel, which got me into Bonvoy, which is why I'm a Bonvoy guy. So this worked out. So now I literally, that's why I'm 6 minutes late today.
Taking your sweet ass time.
I took my time. I had
to
to pack my stuff and move hotels.
So you moved this morning.
Literally before I came here, I put my stuff downstairs in the Moxie.
Nice.
And but what a kind
Moxie's
of a win.
a good hotel. Yeah.
No, they're great.
Yeah.
They they're built for millennials. Like
Right.
all the things
No closets.
all the things that you'd be like not using at a hotel that your parents would need.
Right.
The Moxie doesn't have. And they have, and I haven't even been in the room yet, but it's like
It's the one
outlets everywhere,
Yeah.
just like, you're bathing in outlets, just outlets coming on your face,
So now are you a Moxie guy?
As of yet, yeah.
Like,
of
is
course.
this your rate?
No, I'm
around
gonna, now I have his number.
Well, you should say I'm like going to be here.
This will be, and it's right
You're here
around
quite
the corner.
often.
Yeah. So this is going to be like the deal I'll try. This is the tree I'll shake
Right.
when I come to New York.
Yeah, that's great.
$200, you can't beat that.
And this is just from someone on the street. That's crazy.
Random who thought I was Josh.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is it less insulting because you got something out of it? Like
There was
if he
no
was, if he
insult.
was just a fan, Ish.
Listen,
You would have been insulted.
no,
Isn't that your name?
Josh, I'm a huge fan. Not insulted
You're
at all.
a huge fan overtakes the Josh.
Yes.
Okay.
Josh, I've been to all your shows. Don't give a fuck. You can call me Patty. I don't give a fuck.
Got it.
You support me in the thing that I care about the most? Yeah, of course. No, but I love the podcast. Justine, I love the podcast. Are you mad?
I wouldn't be mad, but I would be like, how much could you really love it if you don't know my name?
Who gives a shit?
I guess.
At that point, I'll believe you.
Right.
It's like when someone says, I have people that are like, I was at your show last night. And I go, thank you so much. So happy you had fun. I'll just assume for my own well-being.
Right.
And then sometimes someone's crazy enough to go, well, I didn't say it was good. And I go, well, goodbye. Like I just stop talking to that person. I just turn off.
Right.
I had that with a influencer.
Which one?
Not
at liberty
I'll
to
never
say?
forget it. I'll never forget it.
How many followers do they have?
Enough to make me upset.
Okay.
I saw them at like Soho House and they were like, saw your Tonight Show. And I go, thank you. And they go, I didn't say it was good. And I was like, nah, good luck.
That's such a weird, it's like in like a jokey way.
I guess they were trying to be at my most empathetic. They're trying to be flirty and whatever because they were single at the time, and it was maybe their way of like.
I could see that.
I could see
a
it.
neg.
Nah, well, didn't work.
Not for you.
Yeah, didn't turn me on.
Okay.
Turned me off.
Wow.
So, what's going on with you? How are you? Now that you've heard everything about my life the last 24 hours.
The last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Now I heard every reason why you didn't watch You've Got Mail.
Well, that was the thing. I had shows last night. Here's excuse land, and then I totally forgot.
No, but it was funny. I mean, we're gonna review You've Got Mail.
It's coming, so watch
not Friday,
it.
but the Friday after that. So if you want to watch it between now and Friday of next week, this is your warning to do so. But one thing I'll give you a little sneak peek is that Tom Hanks's character talks about the price of. There's a lot of Starbucks in the movie.
Starbucks was huge. It was of the time.
Yes.
Like that's when Starbucks blew up. AOL and Starbucks.
Huge.
Like, right
1998. Right there.
Big moment for both.
But he's talking about how people use Starbucks because it makes them feel like they can make decisions. But he's saying for $2.95, you can make any decision you want. Macchiato, whatever.
Oh
I'm like,
my God.
A decaf grande macchiato is now like $8.50 probably. He's like $2.95. Like
life comes at you fast.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
It's not even that long ago.
No, I know.
Actually, I guess it's almost 30 years ago.
This is the problem with like TV and movies is like, I think that's what makes our brain think it wasn't that long ago. Like 2000, I graduated in 2003 from high school. Yeah, easy there, Will. I just heard him gasp.
Yikes.
2003, that's 22 years ago.
That's crazy.
That like 22 years ago in 2003, you'd be like, that's fucking old.
Yeah, if you were in high school looking at you, you'd be like, that's old.
But if I was in high school looking at 22 years ago, I'd be like, the 80s. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy. But we don't think of it that way.
Right. You don't think of the 80s as 40 years ago. You think of the 80s as 20 years ago.
Right.
Right.
So, yeah,
But,
we're all fucked up.
$2.95.
I just heard a great red flag deal breaker.
Let's hear it.
I was hanging out with my friend. She was dating a guy. You date someone and you find out they've been to 30 Taylor Swift concerts.
30 Eras tour or overall?
All in.
I could see how that would happen.
A man.
Oh.
Straight.
Alone? I'd have more questions.
Well, he's got a group. I did the same thing as you.
Yeah.
I had so many more questions. I was like, alone. I did the same thing.
Right.
Do they have a group? Is what got them into it?
He's a huge Swiftie.
Huge. Like not joking. I'm a guy who likes Swift. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, 30 concerts is not a joke. That's like
30 concerts. It's
that's
an
expensive.
investment.
Yeah.
This is his thing. This is what he loves.
Oof. I want to say, I don't think it's a deal breaker, but it is a red flag.
I'll say this. I don't care that it's Taylor Swift. Anyone who goes to 30 concerts of one place, of one band.
That's a groupie.
They're a groupie. That is like a real part of their life that you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a real.
That's who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they've got their friends from that world that they've met at
So are you
concerts. I'm not out. It's definitely
It's a
like
red flag, I
It's a red flag. Like I could
unless
see
they've
that.
been to 30 J Train stand-up shows.
Even that,
Jared
I'd
Friedman,
be
you're like
that's a
stalker.
little much. Yeah, that guy's not that.
Even
funny.
for you, you'd be
yeah. Like, what, are you a loser? Listen, if you do want to go to at least one J Train show, I'm on the road. I'm doing theaters.
Table for one.
Table for One tour is happening. We added Miami. We're going to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. We're going to Miami and Fort Lauderdale. That's going to be Thanksgiving weekend.
What a great time to be in Florida.
Right. So if you're there visiting family for that Thursday Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday, Friday in Fort Lauderdale, Saturday in Miami, you're going to be like, I want to get away from these people, or you have to be around them, bring them to the show, but you don't have to talk at my show. You let me do the talking for you.
Love it.
So it's a great way to
Are your
be
parents
with
coming?
family and not really be with them. My parents will probably come to the Fort Lauderdale show.
Okay.
I think getting them to Miami would be a real tough move.
I mean, it's
They are-
interesting because I'd be like, if I'm your parents, and I'm not sure if this changes once you're a parent, but I'd be like, I just saw the show. Why would I go to the show again?
Right. No,
They're going
there's-
to the Fort Lauderdale show.
They really liked the last show.
Yeah.
Like they loved bringing their friends because so much of it was
It
about,
was about them too, yeah.
which were true narcissists. But a lot of this is turning into stuff about them. Like I'm getting so many stories from being near them that I don't even know how to keep up. Like I can't
Right.
keep up with
Maybe
the
that's
raw
where
materials.
well,
like,
that's where a series comes in.
right. Well, that's where I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the goal, I think, for a lot of these stories, because there are stories where I'm like, I can't even believe like I'm here. Like
Right.
they have
I mean, the story you just told on benefits about the car, I would say, is very much
the car really Yeah, if you
a
want to hear the story
situation
about
like
the car,
that.
you can go sign up for benefits. My mommy called the dealership to tell on them. So what do you got going on? Oversharing?
oversharing.
Go listen.
Listen. We've also got subscription there. We take all your feedback. In the
You guys,
subscription
you
episodes,
really read. You guys really put yourself through it.
Yeah.
You read.
We listen to the listeners.
Yeah,
Well,
I
she's a
don't listen to these people at all unless
she's
they
a
come up to me in the
therapist,
street.
so
Yeah.
she's got to listen to people. It's
Right.
a thing.
Brutal.
You know, she confronts people to their face, to their email.
Right.
So it's I'm learning a lot about confrontation.
I guess that's like, does Dr. Naomi get like I would get a satisfaction like getting them. Do you get them live? So you take
we
their
have.
feedback and then you like try to like get them on the show.
We have, I think, more people with issues want to come on the show, but not the feedback. No one wants to say it to your face.
Right.
They just email you. But
Right.
we read the feedback.
Paper tigers.
In our subscription episodes, we read the feedback and then we'll respond to it.
Okay.
Everyone who's like angry at us.
Which I'm sure is like kind of like feels good. It's got to be soothing to be like, here's your point.
Yeah.
And now, because the hardest part about internet feedback is like, if you go back at them, the tone is lost of like,
Yes.
hey, like I hear what you're saying. Here's why we made the decisions we made. And when you say it that way with that tone, I feel like it kind of like eases things.
It does. And I think it especially when you're doing it on an episode, you have time to like digest it. Because when you first read any kind of feedback, you're like, fuck off. Idiot.
FU mode, yeah.
But then sometimes you have like a few days to sit on it and you read it out loud and you discuss it with someone and you're like, yeah, there's this point.
Right.
in
And it's
there.
also something like you've probably thought of before. Like
Yeah.
they're bringing up something. I've had people say in calm and very nice ways, like, hey, I saw this joke and I'm like, I just want to let you know, like, here's how it made me feel when I heard you say that. And then I'm like, I remember there was one thing where I was like, yeah, I kind of had like, I was like wondering if it was offensive. And in the room, it would get a laugh. So I'm like, I always, laugh versus offensive. It can be
Right.
funnier than offensive, but I'm like, but also to hear a personalized version, I take that into account. Like, I don't get on stage some people do get on stage to make people upset. That's not my game.
Right.
That's not your game.
No.
You're not doing this podcast to make anyone upset. Like,
No.
that's why it's so annoying to hear it back. You're like, I had the best of intentions.
Right.
Like I was here to make you laugh. Okay, didn't see it from that angle.
Right. Well, that's why I usually, if there's feedback to be responded to, it's usually when there's like a few different people who are saying the same thing.
Same thing, right.
Because that's, one person's usually, if you get feedback from one person, of course you remember that more than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that that's representative. If I'm getting like a consistent feedback.
No, I hear you. Well, one person represents, let's call it 10. Mm-hmm. 3 represents like 300.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so
it takes a lot for. Can you imagine writing in to anyone to let them know what you thought? Ever?
I would just leave.
Right, or like
right,
commenting on an Instagram. It's so hard for me to get into the mentality of someone who would like leave a restaurant review or comment on a celebrity's Instagram or write into like feedback to a podcast. And again, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just so far from anything I would do.
When I've done it, you do become obsessed with it.
Right.
Like when I did a 3-episode arc of how many shrimp come in the hot and sour soup at the restaurant Red Farm.
You don't like Red Farm?
I really like Red Farm. That's an Asian, I would say Asian.
I've been there.
Chinese.
Yeah. Sort of like new.
Fusion-ish.
Yeah.
It's in the city. They have a couple locations. I went in and they had this big soup, the hot and sour soup that came with shrimp, and there were 2 shrimp in there. And I saw on the website there were 4 shrimp. And I'm like,
on the website there were 4 shrimp?
Yeah. We got to start. Okay. I won't get into this. I did like 3 different episodes of a podcast.
I think we could do a whole therapy session on the fact that you went to the website and saw that there were supposed to be 4 shrimp.
In the picture, it shows 2 bowls with 2 shrimp over each of the bowls, and then it shows a big cauldron.
Okay.
I got the cauldron, and I'm fishing around there. There's 2 shrimp. And I said to the guy, I go, and so then I went back. I go, how many shrimp come? Like I'm asking. I did like an undercover. Yeah. Like, and then he came out, he goes, please, sir. More. So the guy was like, and I said something. And I go, here's the picture. Shows the picture. He goes, we're going to give you 2 more shrimp. But like, we don't do this. Like, and it became this, and he couldn't have been nicer or more attentive. But if I risen out of my body, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if I were them, I'd be like, this guy out there, he's bringing pictures of shrimp.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, is it, the way you measure shrimp is like in how many come in a pound. So there's like Q10, So now I'm like learning about shrimp packaging, and it became a whole thing. So
false
like
advertising.
Once you're down the road of like, I'm not mad, I just need these people to know,
yeah. But you said you didn't write it in a review of Red. I guess you were
doing 3 podcasts.
I guess you're doing that right now.
I'm doing it right now. I'm a huge Red Farm.
Well, you know what? That's probably
Red Farm.
I have to say that's probably why I don't write any reviews, because I have a platform to state my meaningless opinion.
And having a platform. Well, then, maybe.
So I don't need to write a review. I can talk shit on a platform that people listen to.
They say 10,000 followers feels the same as 1 million.
Yeah.
So if you have a community of people that like comment on your Yelp reviews, you do feel like you have a platform. Well, what are we talking about today?
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Watch You've Got Mail for next Friday.
Yeah, everyone watch it, including me. I'm sorry.
Including Jared, yes. Make sure most importantly, you.
Yeah.
All right. I will read our first email. Hi, J&J. Thanks for helping me keep my sanity while dating for the past 7-ish years.
You and I both, sister.
I have 2 questions about kids, specifically as a woman who doesn't want kids. If it helps or is relevant, I'm 36, live in a major city, usually matching with men 37 to 45.
Okay.
I have in my profile that I do not have kids and do not want kids. However, I get so many likes from men who have want kids in their profile. Whenever I get a like, I first look at their photo, and if I find them attractive, then I immediately go to the part where Hinge shows the family info. And if it says wants kids, I hit the X without looking at anything else. Okay, a woman who knows what she wants.
I get it. She's right.
Is there a better way to highlight that I don't want kids on my profile? Or is this just the work I need to do sorting through my likes? I know I could put it in a prompt, but the ones I have either get a lot of good responses that start conversations, or I feel showcase how I live my life. and thus we could be a match. So I don't really want to take up a prompt space for something already in my profile. The only other place I could think of is the comment part of the relationship goals, but wondering if men would miss that too. Or I could add it to the new pop-up that comes up if we match, but I feel like that's so aggressive. I guess I'm wondering if Jared could give me any tips on how men typically read profiles so that I don't have to sift through as many of these wants kids profiles. I currently have about 20 I need to go through. Wow.
This woman's
humble brag.
Yeah.
2, with all that said, what do you both think about the open to kids guy liking my profile? Give him a chance or hit the X? Thanks. Dink betch. And a dink is double income, no kids.
So I think that this email would get, by most people, overlooked. But I think by this podcast, I love that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Because even if you're someone who's just on the apps, I don't know.
Well, to me, I had a feeling about what you would say.
What did you think I would say?
I think you would say is that if a man who wants kids is still liking your profile, men like profiles because they would hook up.
Right.
Because they would go out with you. It's not that he's like, didn't read, doesn't know that you don't want kids.
Right.
It's that he's open to not being in a full relationship with you, not having a serious relationship with you. So he's down for something, for anything.
Well, if you want to look at it more empathetically, but I'm not saying that was a negative way to look at the men, because I do think men are on these apps probably in the way most women should be on the apps. Like,
which is what?
Open, let's see, who knows? I think because if this email, which I think is perfect, I think it's like, they're being honest. They're telling us exactly how they feel. They trust us enough that we're not going to because if this person said this to their friends who are married with kids and was complaining about their dating life, the friends could come back at them if they still talk to them at all about this, because a lot of friends bail and they're like done having the conversation with you after a while. They would look at her and go, oh, just chill, just go out, see what they're like. And she's going, no, I have this one thing. I don't want kids. Well, maybe you'll like a guy who has kids. Maybe you'll, change your mind. Know. Maybe you'll change your mind. This is how people treat single people. They go, you don't know. Maybe you'll meet someone. Maybe, he's open to kids, but that doesn't mean he has to have kids. From the outside looking into dating, this person gets told to shut the fuck up. And because I get told this, oh no, I'm like, they're not my type. Who can know? But you may go on the date and they might be amazing. They do that thing to you, which I would say she needs to take a little sip of. So the way these men are looking at her profile, she is getting a very real data set on how men look at all profiles, which is they're hot, I'm down, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's how men look at profiles. Down to fuck. And then we'll see. Mm-hmm. Open to short, looking for short term, open to long. That is every man on a dating app. And this is proof of that.
Sure.
Because I don't believe they don't see at all that you have, I don't want kids.
Okay.
I'd say percentage wise,
you notice
75% noticed, 25% were like, oh shit, didn't even notice.
Would that affect how you would swipe? Would you still like someone who said doesn't want kids?
Depends how hot.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
that's why
she's got
20. I got 20 profiles to look through.
Right. If they're hot and sexy, also if they're kind of look in their profile like they're here for casual of any kind, and that's not fair, but I'm just telling you,
right.
If you're in a low cut shirt and you got sleeve of tattoos, to me that rings like you like to have fun and you're alternative. So you might be down. And again, you're hearing, don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
I get how this sounds disgusting, but I'm telling you exactly. And so if I saw first picture, hot fucking picture, big old titties, beautiful eyes. Did I mention the titties?
Doesn't want kids.
Doesn't. And then but I like, and then I go, oh, we matched. And then I see doesn't want kids. I go, let's see how the conversation goes.
Right.
Again, this is how men are. And again, she's looking ahead. She's going, I got to make sure they fit all these things before I'll even move forward. She won't even look at their profiles.
Right. Well, I think that's fine.
For fear that she'll get ahead of herself.
Mm-hmm. I actually think that's fine.
It's not wrong. Yeah.
If I'm the person who's like, you're being annoying, I'm like that because I'm like, how hard is it to just X on a profile, to just not match?
Right.
Like, she's basically writing in with this problem that these guys who want different things than her are still looking for her. You're on an app where you don't even, it's not like you're going at. I could see this frustration if she's like, I keep going on dates with guys.
Right.
And then I don't want kids, and every guy I'm going out with does want kids. And so I feel like I'm wasting my time. You don't even have to speak to these people. Like, if the problem is that these people are interested in you, but they have something that's a deal breaker for you on your profile, just press the X and go on with your day.
So you can
and
even
you can
make
filter
sure
it.
that you never see them.
Sure.
But
Like, what kind of, like, who has ever had that ability in the history of dating to be like, I don't want to see your fucking face if you don't like this one thing that is important to me.
So let's say she agrees with what you're saying. She's also has a secondary question.
Right. That's my first part of the question.
The first part, you're right. You're being annoying to the emailer because she is being annoying. Like,
well, I'm just like, how much easier? Deal breaker,
how
much easier could it be?
Well, she's kind of doing what I just said, but in the more edible way. These fuckable guys all say they are open to kids.
For part two.
Right, for part two. Yeah. It's annoying. Can I trust them?
Right.
And we can't really, we can't save you from uncomfortable conversations. We can't save you from wasting time. No one can.
I actually feel like if a guy wrote open to kids, then I would believe him that he doesn't need them, but that he's open to them, because I feel like most women, not all women, many women do want kids. And so if you're not saying you want kids definitively, you're actually being honest. Because I think you'd get more matches if you said wants kids than doesn't want kids.
Right. You don't want to say, you don't want to get yourself out of the conversation with doesn't want kids.
Right.
You want to go, you've never really cared.
Right. And I think
if
you're
very male to go, well, let's see what happens.
Right. Or if you kind of like are leaning no, you might write open because it would increase your matches.
Right. And that's the thing. Men are way sluttier on the apps than women are. We are swiping right. I just told you, is she hot?
The penis does the picking, as you've always said.
Does the picking. The penis does the picking. Right. Merch is coming soon.
So, yeah, if I were her, I would go out with those guys. I would have the conversation pretty early, since it sounds like it's a pretty serious topic for her. It's very important to her. I would get into that early as you want. Yeah.
Even over the app. Hey, I'm just letting you know on my profile, that isn't like
a mistake. My big ass thumb didn't press the wrong.
Right, my Shrek thumb. I just think, should you be open to what she's afraid of? And I get it. You're 6 months in with a guy and he's got this break in case of emergency thing up on the wall. That's
I was open and now I want them.
Right. And it's the excuse he can always use to like get out of it. And it's like, listen, that's up to you. You're an adult woman. You're 36. This is something you want. So you should, knowing something makes it so you waste less of your time. So that's the only.
Right. Well, the way to avoid that is to have that conversation consistently and early.
Right.
Because if you just take the open to kids thing and then you never talk about it, 6 months in, it could be thrown at you. But if you're kind of like consistently sort of re-emphasizing that throughout your dating, that's less likely to happen. I think that if you're 36 and you're dating, that's something you should be comfortable doing.
Totally. Let's do another email.
Let's do it.
UUP@betches.com. Keep sending them in. We're going to do an icky or picky. This is a great game. You're turned off by something. You're wondering if you're just being too picky or if it's an actual ick, and we'll tell you.
Let's do it.
J&J, I'm writing in this icky or picky on behalf of one of my friends who recently started dating someone new, 31 male. For some background, he is a chef at a higher-end restaurant. She has told me that he has previously cooked dinner for her and said he was an excellent cook. Despite this, he almost exclusively eats PB&Js. It's like a Seinfeld episode, like the masseuse that won't massage him.
That doesn't want to touch anyone.
Yeah. She has said that he will eat multiple PB&Js for both breakfast and lunch. He also will eat some protein bars, and for dinner at most, he will cook chicken and rice. And to be clear, this is a daily occurrence from what she has told me. Screenshots for proof provided below. So what do you think? Icky or picky? He almost exclusively eats PB&Js. Thanks for all you do. So we have a screenshot, which we love.
Yes.
I'll be him. you be her. Ready?
Okay.
3 cookies, a protein shake, and a PB&J for breakfast. 2 apples, too. 2 PB&Js and an apple for lunch.
You need to eat something other than PB&J. Crying, smiley face. Crying, laughing, smiley face.
Man, these emojis are the biggest lies in the world.
I know.
She's got her. You need to eat something. Like, I'd read that as like, you need to eat something other than PB&Js. Yeah. Not, I'm writing into a podcast to see if I should dump his ass.
Right. I agree.
He writes, ha ha ha, never.
It's actually not really that good for you, though. It's basically fat and sugar. You are lacking protein by eating that.
And yes, I know, ha ha. I just need something midday for a snack. Should I try a few protein bars? What do you think? Icky or picky, what do you think of this conversation?
I think she's being kind of annoying.
Oh, I would dump her immediately.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like fucking rude. Here's the thing. I could totally understand if I'm a chef, I'm eating like fancy, full gourmet, probably like highly caloric meals whenever I'm at work. I'm tasting, I'm trying the menu, I'm doing all that shit. I could totally see wanting to come home and be like, I want something extremely simple that's no frills, that's like just gets me through the day, because eating is a part of my job. So I don't want to come home and like do it.
And it keeps me satiated. Like,
yeah,
I would actually
apples are healthy.
Apples, peanut butter. Like,
peanut butter's, protein.
What she's writing, I'd love to consult Alex Turoff, the nutritionist to the podcast.
I mean, that's what you would give a kid for lunch. So I would assume it has a decent amount of nutrition in it.
Right. Her doubting, like, who is she? RFK?
Yeah, he's having a protein shake.
Yeah, and like for her to say like a PB&J is like not good for you, like it seems like a pretty basic and like you just said, like packing a kid's lunch, like that's a great point. Because it's like I think of that as like a totally great snack for someone who does a physical job. Right. He has a stand on your feet, moving, sweating job. Yes. Like,
and don't you agree he's probably like eating high culinary foods that are like not PB&J all evening every day?
At restaurants, they do like the group dinner. Yeah. Like they eat what's going to be cooked that night. There's like a dinner for the people that work in the kitchen. Yeah. And I'll say this, like, as someone else who's in the my job is somewhat physical, to go on stage at night. My rider has protein bars on it. A PB&J would actually like be a good thing for me.
Maybe you should edit it.
I think I might edit it, because a PB&J, like as someone who's on their feet for an hour and like not looking to like have diarrhea and shit myself, that's like a very like fibrous. I'm not going to be her, because what she did, she turned into a nutritionist. Yeah. And got pretty judgy when he's like, all he's doing is being like, yeah, they had a couple cookies and my PB&J and my protein bar and ready for work. Like he's being so like... Yeah,
he's being so like cool. Enthusiastic.
Yeah,
too.
He's like trying to go along with it. I've been on those texts where you're like, this is what I do. Yeah, this is like my thing. And then you can tell like...
The person's trying to get you to like change.
Right.
Before they even know you.
Right. Yeah. And trying to like disagree with like this thing that like, this ain't going to change. Like this is kind of like what I do. Like, right. And
I think if I were a chef, this would be my lunch every day too.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm icked out by her.
Same. I think she's the deal breaker.
Right. Well, it is a friend that wrote in.
For her, maybe, right.
But PB&Js every day. And also, he's not making her eat it too. He's not sitting down for dinner with her and being like, I'm doing PB&Js. Right. Fuck yourself. Like, this isn't like a date where he orders a PB&J.
No, I could agree. I mean, when I'm thinking about like when I went on my honeymoon, which was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And every meal is like the nicest meal of your life. Towards the end, I was like, I just want some chicken.
Right.
And some vegetables. Because like, I don't want to keep doing it. This is like too decadent.
Right.
I just want something simple. I'm done. I want to be hungry.
I'm with you. I get it. Let's do another email.
Let's do it.
uup@betches.com. uup@betches.com. Also, subscribe to You Up With Benefits.
Yes.
And go on YouTube. We have extra videos there. We're doing extras. There's more stuff
There's
coming.
Shit on YouTube. Go see it. Subscribe. So you don't miss it.
We took video outside of the studio for you.
Yes, we left our comfort zone.
Right. Our binky.
Of these four walls.
Let's do another email.
All right. Is this me or you? It's me.
It's you.
Hi,
you get the long ones.
Yes. I did my homework in school.
Right. They give the long ones to the Ivy League students.
So embarrassingly, I used to get like really high marks on class participation.
You were like hand up in the air?
Mike always calls me a loser for that, but I was like always like volunteering.
Is the answer to this question the answer to this? Like the one that answers
I know
it
the answer.
Before? Yeah,
I know the answer. You and Mike really...
We were in the back smoking cigs. Being cool.
Hi, You Up team. I finally confessed feelings I'd been holding for 2 years about a guy in my friend group. We've always been... Good job.
Good
this is like what we had suggested last week.
Oh, is this what we suggested?
Remember, she lived with the woman lived with her crush. We
came out with her feelings.
Come out
we
and
said
say
get
it.
away from the apartment. Here's the thing. I'm sure it all worked out. I haven't read ahead. I'm sure this email is to let us know
exactly that
they're together forever, and just wanted to let us know that we gave her the confidence.
It's
to
the
make
woman
this
from
move.
last week. She took your advice. It's a week later,
and now here we are. So, yes, we would love to come to the wedding.
Yes, I finally confessed feelings I'd been holding for 2 years about a guy in my friend group. We'd always been just friends, but after we went to a wedding together, 2 separate friends asked if we were seeing each other. It made me realize my crush wasn't totally in my head.
This is some really annoying.
I guess you weren't one of those friends.
No, I'm not putting my name on that shit. It's like, I don't know. I had a friend once that was like, we should tell so-and-so to move to Manhattan. They would love it. And I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not being the
responsible.
Reason. Yeah, I'm not putting that on my
But you said, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get the chance to tell him during the wedding weekend, so I asked him to meet up back in New York. We spent an hour and a half talking so easily about life, our upbringings, the wedding, where you just were. It felt natural and deeper than we'd ever gone before. On the way to the train, I gathered the courage to say that I thought we were really compatible and it would be a shame not to give it a shot. He looked shocked. Then he spent 20 minutes telling me how he wasn't ready, that past relationships failed because he got into them before he was in the right place, that his life isn't as together as it looks, and that he's just starting to get into the mindset of settling down. You know what I say? You tell 3 lies, they're all lies.
Right.
You got to tell one lie.
One lie
is the way to go if you're going to lie.
This guy, okay, no, I can't. I got prom coming up, and my mom keeps asking me if
intramural basketball.
I got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to make. Yeah, he really
too many excuses. He went down the wrong hole.
Yeah.
He told me not to wait for him.
We're so mean.
We're so mean.
We are mean. But you're at a train station. What is this?
Don't wait for me.
All aboard! Don't wait for me, kid.
Oh my God. He even mentioned not wanting to risk making the friend group awkward if things didn't work out. He's throwing in another one?
Yeah. The friend group.
I tried to reason with him. Oh my God.
No, seriously.
This is devolving.
Yeah. No. But we could be together and then we wouldn't have to date anymore. And I'm not trying to make you get a job. Yeah.
I tried to reason with him, but he kept circling back to the same points. I eventually stepped off the train and said we could talk more later. He was like, great. Can't wait to revisit this conversation.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'll ignore your text later.
Since then, I saw him once at a friend's birthday dinner, but neither of us brought it up. It's been a week of silence on his end. I really wanted this to work out. I was brave enough to tell him, and now it feels like all I got back was silence.
Well, 2 things can be true at once. You are brave for telling.
Yes, I think she did the right thing.
You did it. You got it out of you.
Sorry for laughing at you.
We laughed at you. This should be like, we're laughing because we understand it. Like I'm happy for her because like now she's not doing a year of this shit. You
right.
know, like, let's look at the positive.
She can let it go.
She can let it go. She saw his reaction. His reaction was not positive. Listen, there were 3 options. And that's my other part that I'm like, she needs the.
This is a win, even if she doesn't realize it. It's not the ultimate win, but it is a win.
But there wasn't one option. There wasn't, once I tell him we'll be together forever.
Right.
It was, I'm going to tell him, and then he is going to tell me his feelings, and we're either going to be together, give it a shot, or we're not on the same page.
Right. I think it's the latter.
Right. And she's saying, and feels like all I got back was silence.
That's an answer.
That's an answer. That's like, I'm sorry. Like, it sucks, but also it doesn't suck. Like, there's so many ways to look at this. She's only looking at the negative, which I would too. There is a beautiful thing to not wasting your time on this anymore.
Right. Well, her issue now, it seems like, is that she wanted him to cut off her head and say, I don't like you. I don't see you that way. He's not going to say that, especially not to her face. So he's saying it's the timing. I don't want to make the friend group awkward. It's a little, I've got all this stuff going on. All of that to say.
She got a lot of flesh wounds.
Yes.
He never chopped off the head.
Yes. She needs her head shot. We're going to chop off your head for you.
He's not going to date you.
He's never going to date you. You need to move on. It's good that you said something because now you don't have to always have a wonder. Should I have said something? Is he interested? You asked. He's not.
Right. And he said a lot of things that were like half no's. So you're like, that's why you tried to reason with him. You're like, no, I'm not looking for anything serious now. And it's like, no, the great Maya Angelou once said,
someone tells you who they are.
If someone says,
hey, my life isn't as together as it looks.
My life isn't as together as it seems, believe him. That is... And here's the thing. The reason he went into this like whole spewing is like he got caught. Like let's on the spectrum of answers, okay, that I would give.
Yeah.
I'm either shocked because I didn't see you as a sexual option. I don't think that's what happened. Or I've been caught with my hand in the cookie jar flirting with someone that I never wanted a future with.
Okay.
And I think that's more likely what's going on. That's why he goes in, I'm not ready. He knows he's been flirting. He knows you guys had a fun time at the wedding. He knows this makes perfect sense. You're two young, good-looking people who are single, who get along. All that's missing is a little P in the V. And he's like, if I do that, I will not be with her forever. And it will cause all of these other things in my life to go badly. So I'm making a calculated decision. The math doesn't work for me. And that's like the hardest part for her because she knows that too. That's why she's writing into us.
Right.
She's asking us, he knows. I'm not an idiot. I'm not delusional. We were flirting. We had something. And when she mentioned it and she was brave, as I agree she was, that's like the lights going on in the prison as someone's trying to escape. Because he's like, oh shit, oh my God, I gotta start life now. That's what he's thinking.
Right. And brave doesn't mean you get what you want.
Right.
Brave means you get an answer.
Right. You shot your shot. It fucking missed.
Yeah. Try again. Different guy.
Try again. I think also like...
Not with this guy. Try again, different guy.
Right. And I do think like for your sake, how would I handle this? Like in a perfect world, in a world where I was brave again, I'm not as brave as you. So I probably wouldn't do this, but like you kind of need to like back it up with another text, I think. If you want this friend group to like exist as it was, hey, I'm happy I told you how I felt. I'm going to need a couple weeks to like readjust my bearings here. I hope you can understand that like talking in the beginning might be a little off, but I do care about you as a friend. I'm a little wounded, but I'll be okay.
Right.
But I need you to like know that like I'm going to take a minute from us, but also I think you're great and I hope we can maybe be friends again as we were. I think that would help her out.
Right, because then that clears the air.
Right.
And also tells him that you have accepted his answer.
Right, because he's avoiding you right now because he's afraid he's going to have to dump you again.
Yes.
And that's the worst.
Because he had to dump her a few times on the train.
Right. And then finally your stop came and you were like, we'll talk about this later. He's like, woo, I'll never talk to her again.
Right. Because she said, we'll talk about this later. She didn't say like, okay, well, thanks for like letting me know, which is what she needed to do to close the loop.
Right. He was like, thank God for the 7 train.
Right.
And then he skipped home and masturbated to someone else.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah,
But
I'm
no,
sorry.
you did a good job. Again, this is a success, even if it didn't. There's multiple forms of success.
Right.
This is one of them.
This is advice we'd give someone. Like
now you know, yes. And I would respond the same way as him in the moment if someone said that to me to my face. I understand. It's a little bit of
him on the train.
It's a little bit of a like obviously cowardly move to not just like tell the truth. But like if someone is on sitting on a train with you. You cannot go anywhere. And if a man confessed his love to me, I think I would do the same thing. Excuse City.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I'm taking a tour bus around Excuse City.
Yeah.
If a friend said to me, what are you doing next Tuesday? I'm like, I don't know. I got things going on. I'll get back to you.
To your face?
Yeah, to your face. I gotta fucking look at you.
Let's play some games.
Yes, let's play some games. UUP@betches.com, red flag or deal breaker. You're dating someone, one thing happens. Is it a red flag? You see it and move on. Or is it a deal breaker? You end it right away. You
These
ready?
are great.
Love the pod. Thank you for making me smile on my long commutes. I have a red flag or deal breaker for you. I agreed to a second date of a baseball game. Who doesn't love a game? Would you go to a second date of a baseball game?
I would, because I wouldn't be comfortable enough to be like, I don't really like sports. I would go to anything on a second date if I really liked the person.
Right. I think second date baseball's great for a date.
Yeah.
It's
you
like
can
a
talk.
picnic.
It's quiet.
Yeah. It's like there's something going on. You can talk about the game if things get lull.
It is a long date.
Endeavor, yeah.
And you're especially in New York, we're going to the Bronx
It's
together.
far away, yeah.
That's a commitment.
There's some cities where this works better than others. There was no plan for food, so I asked to meet at the train early enough to grab something outside of the stadium to carry in. Much more cost efficient.
Cheap.
I mean, how would you feel?
On a second date?
Baseball date and a guy shows up with PB&Js in his pocket to sneak into the stadium.
Yeah, it's not hot.
Not
I'd rather get dinner before at a pizza place.
Right.
I'm
Or
cool with that.
The stadium is full of food.
Yes, but I'm saying let's say he is on a budget. Fine.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's ways. That's the thing about dates don't have to be expensive. They just have to be presented in
Right.
a non-cheap feeling way. With the Groupon date from last thing, it's I'd rather you buy me a slice of pizza
than
use a Groupon for an expensive meal.
There was I think, was there a Chappelle Show sketch about this or there was a show where they did a sketch where it's I'm going to take someone out for $1.50. And you could do that.
You could. And that's what I'm saying. I'd rather someone buy me something that's very cheap than show their cheapness on something. If
you could do a $10 date and make it really romantic and fun.
Totally.
And that's why the people that are Venmo me for half the date, they're frauds.
They suck, yeah.
They're frauds because if they really cared to show you a great time and impress you, they could have taken you on a walk in Central Park, stop for a couple of waters or coffees, and then sit on a bench, and that's $10.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. They opted for big old martinis at the big bar to make themselves look like they were hot shit to try and get blown that night.
Right.
And then it didn't get
That's
blown,
on them.
and they go, hey, $50, please.
That's on them.
That's an asshole.
I agree.
So,
well, yeah, that's why I'm saying this guy could have been let's grab some pizza before the game. If
Right.
you didn't want to pay for the overpriced shit there, fine. Obviously, that's but I'm saying there's a way to maneuver that you don't want to pay for that without
totally
it being so obvious.
If you care enough.
Yes.
He stated that he could only meet 1 hour before the game, but gave no reason. We head into the stadium a bit late because of train situations, but before first pitch. It felt as if he was in a hurry to get to our seats high up, so I did not feel I could get anything on the main level. We got up to the top, and I asked if he minded I get something. He said no, so I grabbed 2 waters and a hot dog, and we hurried to our seat. I'm not going to lie, one plain hot dog just doesn't cut it for me for dinner, but I wanted to be polite until I knew what he was going to do about food. During the second inning, he looked over and said, Did you eat your hot dog already? Boy, you really took down that dog.
Yeah, that's an annoying comment. From
Yeah.
You finished that whole thing already?
You ate it? Yeah, I hate anyone who makes a comment on how quickly I ate.
Yeah.
Annoyed.
Agreed.
I answered yes, I was pretty hungry. He then pulled a large sandwich from a pouch he had been carrying. I paused and said, "Oh, you brought food?" "Yup," he said, "from a local Greek spot with good food."
Oh my God.
This guy. Looking over, I noticed he had brought 2 sandwiches. To be fair, I knew that he was vegan and would have had no issues with the sandwiches if I had known to grab food in advance, or even if he had said as we were walking in so that I could have gotten something before the game. At this point, I went down 5 flights to the main concourse and waited in line. I got back up at the end of an inning where we scored several runs. He said, "You missed a good inning."
Oh my God.
So red flag or deal breaker, your date brings his own food and not only doesn't tell you he's bringing it, but never asks in advance if you'd like him to pick you up something as well. Signed, an eat or not eat to eat bitch. What do you think?
This is very icky. All of it. It's the bringing your own food.
Right.
The not, if you're going to bring your own food, I'm at the Greek place. What can I get you? Here's the menu. What do you want?
You know what's interesting about this? They're a match.
You think?
She is literally talking about bringing food into the stadium herself and how she would have done it. And it is cost effective. They're kind of on the same page. And he was too embarrassed.
But she asked him to get food with her. That's the difference.
The difference is he couldn't trust that she was trying to be as cost effective as him. He doesn't trust women. Like, I'm saying this as a feminist. So, no, but he looks at her as like, oh, she's going on a date to get every buck out of me that I can, and I don't want to look cheap. So instead, he took the long way, which makes him even look more cheap.
He looks the cheapest.
Right.
This is the cheapest thing you could possibly. You're getting your own food from outside the stadium.
Right.
You're not bringing any for the person you're with. If a friend did that, I'd be like,
right, what's going on here?
Weird, right. If my sibling did that, I'd be like, you didn't want to ask me if I wanted anything?
But that's your friend and sibling that like, they wouldn't do that. They're not afraid of losing you as a friend or sibling. This guy, I really do think this guy, like, if he really, like, I think he thinks dating is a win-loss scenario. Like there are some people operating that way where their ego is so involved that like they keep you in the dark as like a test. Like he brought the sandwiches because that's what he does, and he didn't include her because he didn't trust her to be like, oh, that's a good idea. That's so much better than spending all that money at the stadium. Like in his mind,
right,
he was going to get judged no matter what. So he's like, I'll do it my way. It's stupid.
Yeah, this would be a deal breaker for me, I think. And no acknowledgement of that. Or like, honestly, let's say he did that, but then he was like, oh, like, I'm really sorry. I totally forgot to ask you what you want.
Right.
I could even probably get by with that.
Right. He's not apologizing.
Here, do you want one of my 2 sandwiches? It is ballsy to eat 2. It is ballsy to eat 2 sandwiches in front of someone and not offer them one.
Right.
Don't you think?
I do think. I think that, and also like him being vegan kind of plays into this too. I think vegans are kind of like this sometimes.
I could see that.
Like where it's like
they're looking out for number one.
Looking out for me.
And the animals.
Yeah.
Just them and the animals.
Animals matter more than the person they're on the date with.
Indeed.
So let's do another.
Okay. Hey, J&J, male listener here. I'm writing in. Dudes. I'm writing in about some potentially shady behavior on my girlfriend's part.
Uh-oh.
I'm 28 and she's 25.
Okay.
We've been dating about 8 months and things have been going good.
Full cortexes.
Well, until now. We were recently out at a bar with a group of her friends and it came out that she has a Finsta. After I was told what that is, I laughed it off in the moment, but when I brought it up the next day, she got defensive and wouldn't really explain anything.
Uh-oh.
She won't let me follow it or see anything on it. She claims she hasn't posted since 2022, but says it's embarrassing and has pictures of her ex and doesn't want to show me. That's weird. There's a solution for that. It has 46 followers, but none are her friends that I'm also following. I brought it up to my buddy and his girlfriend, and she thinks it's either an account to follow her exes or that it could be an OnlyFans related, which I'm quite certain it's not.
It's an option.
I really like her, but this is confusing me a lot. So what do you guys think? Red flag or deal breaker? Your girlfriend has a secret Finsta that she won't let me see. Sincerely, feeling Finsta fooled or just paranoid. And by the way, a Finsta is a fake Instagram account that people use to post more private, personal, or funny content for a close group of friends.
I thought the Finsta era had like gone by, but I guess
I never had one, but I feel like I knew people who had them. It did seem like a stalking device, like, or something that you would, I think a generation below us would use to like hide stuff from their parents.
Right. Like you wanted an Instagram account.
Right. But you don't want your
in
mom
high
to see you
school.
posting really stupid shit and she follows you because you're like 16.
Right. And then you grew up and it became your secondary account to look at people.
Right. To start to like kind of look at people you don't want to see you looking at their profile.
Watch stories from people that they could see a name and they wouldn't recognize the name.
And she's 25. That kind of like hits for me.
Yeah.
I could see it being kind of embarrassing. It's a little weird. I'm trying to think if it's weird she wouldn't show him. I could see where it's like, this is not really like my best look as a partner.
Right. Is it weird that she would have pictures of her with an ex? But I guess maybe not if considering the high school version.
Right.
You use that to put up pictures of you and a boyfriend that you don't want your mom seeing.
Right.
So I guess I can make sense of that.
Yeah, I think if she's had it for a while, I don't think it's so weird that she has it or that it has some embarrassing content. I could see like friends of mine having this where you're like, I don't really want my now 28-year-old boyfriend seeing something that I kind of was like fucking around with when I was 21.
Right. But I would also say, like, you know, if a guy had this.
And she does say it's embarrassing. That's kind of why I don't want to show you.
Well, that to me is like more telling of whether she's ready for like a serious adult relationship.
Also true.
You know, like women are ready from the minute they're born to be married.
Right.
And they'll tell themselves that. But like, this sounds like a woman who might be like ready to be 25 and not ready to be in a serious long-term thing.
Right.
Like if you can't even like look at your partner and go, yeah, it's so embarrassing, and then show them.
Right.
Like to me, that's like the fun of being in a couple is
Right.
like showing your embarrassing shit.
To me, it's like that's why it's not a serious relationship, because she's kind of like not trying to show him that part of herself, which is probably like a little ridiculous and a little petty. She's trying to put forth a version of herself that's like me with my slightly older boyfriend.
Right. And it's also, that's her.
Yeah.
Like that's her personality. That's her like the icky part of her that makes her her. And she's not showing her 28-year-old boyfriend that version. So yeah, this is probably like, you know, this guy's concern is not unwarranted.
Yeah. I don't think it's an OnlyFans.
I don't think so.
I do think she uses it for stalking, but I don't think it's like serious. I think it's like anyone else would. I think it's cute and it's funny if you're 25 and under. Mm-hmm. If she was like 32 and had this, I'd be a little more concerned. And it depends what he's looking for.
Listen, if I started dating someone who's 35 years old and they're like, I have this secondary account that I use to look at other people, and I'd be like, who do you look at? And then they showed me who they looked at. And it became a joke that we could like share in, and I could go, oh, that's the Finsta where she like looks at an ex, and I get that.
Right.
That's a totally reasonable thing. If I was like, what's on the Finsta? And they're like, nothing.
Right.
I'd be like, I'm not comfortable with that.
Well, now it's like you're her dad.
Right. And it's like now I'm like,
yeah.
I'm on the outside of this joke. Like, and again, like I would take that as someone who's not mature enough to like own who they are.
So would you break up with them?
Also, if a man had this, an account that you're not allowed to see that they follow a bunch of like titty models from.
Well, that's different. That's sexual in nature.
I'd say some of this is sexual.
Maybe.
I would say her following exes is her like,
right. Well, it's just
emotionally masturbating.
She hasn't posted since 2022. It's 20. So since she was 22 years old, she hasn't posted on it.
I mean, posted is different.
Right.
You can no post and use it.
Right. No, but I agree. Those like sort of stupid, like kind of embarrassing things that you wouldn't want someone to see. Like, for instance, if I was like to you, if we were dating and I was like, what was your screen name?
I knew you were going to say this.
I think that's a cool. I think it's a good one because you're like, if you were like, I'm not going to tell you.
Don't worry about it. You'd be like, well, that's like who you were growing up. That's who you. At some point, you thought that was like worth saying to people.
It was like when I discovered Mike's Twitter account, and he had 2 tweets, and one of them was about how much better McDonald's is than Burger King. And I was like, this feels very unlike you,
right?
Like a little wacky.
And what did he say?
I made fun of it for like probably like the next 6 months.
You should get that framed and put it up in his office. That's a really funny gift. I think that'd be so funny.
It would be pretty funny.
I think you got to get that framed.
I hope he still has the tweet. He didn't delete it.
We'll find it.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll find it. But that was sort of one of those moments for me where I was like, this doesn't seem like something you would say now, but it was like a joke. And
but
then
that's how you got to like learn about him. Like that's, you know, we live in a world, and maybe this is part of it where, and you know, apologies are seen as weakness and as seen as like you've been cast out. Like if someone like has old tweets come up,
right?
We cancel them, quote unquote.
Yes.
But I don't believe anyone really gets canceled. But like now people have this thing where they can cast you out and you're not allowed to have an opinion on anything anymore. And you can always be cut at the knees. Well, you tweeted this once, so you're a fucking loser who can't judge anyone else. And I think she's from this era. Like her age kind of like mirrors the world of
she's afraid
never
of being
admit
judged.
faults.
Yeah.
If you admit faults, then that can be used against you. So never say you're wrong. So she's like, I'm not going to show him any of this because I don't want it ever to be used against me.
Right.
I live in a world where we grew up, we evolve. And it's fun to hear. I thought McDonald's was better than Burger King. And I thought maybe this was
needed to know.
The world needed to know, and maybe you'll get retweeted, and maybe I'll be the next, Betches.
Right.
Like that is cute and fun, and also takes a little bit of maturity to go, yeah, I can't believe I thought that then.
No, I agree. It's a little vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. And I think if he wants to try to salvage it, the relationship, I don't want to break up with someone over this, but I think I would say listen, I'm okay that this is probably really stupid, but I think we should see it. It'll probably let me know a little bit more about who you are. I don't care if it's not something that you would post today or is kind of stupid. That's part of who you are. I don't care. I think it's weirder that you're trying to hide it. I'd rather just see it and I can make fun of you for it and we can move on with our day.
And he listens to this podcast, which I think I've met the listeners, not to pat ourselves on the back, but
reasonable
and thoughtful. So I think that makes him probably someone that would have fun with this.
Agreed.
So let's do one more. Red flag or deal breaker. Long time, first time. I'm seeking advice about a guy I'm seeing, someone I'm considering as a potential boyfriend. I've noticed that he publicly follows softcore pornographic accounts on social media. Example, the account features a woman with very large breasts posing in otherwise normal photos, but her cleavage is prominently displayed.
Did you look at this?
No, can I look at it
I
now?
looked at it yesterday. You can look at it.
Let me look at it now. 1.7 million followers is
that was
my
important.
first.
That was why. Part of me was
first.
I could just read the description, but then I went to the thing and I was like, no, there's important things to be learned from this.
Right, and those are some titties. Wow.
I don't know if I would call this softcore porn. Would you?
I would. The goal of her entertainment is pornographic.
She has some non-breasty pictures. She has.
Yeah, but this is this feels like it's a version of porn that's realistic porn.
It's like Victoria's Secret catalog.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
This is very catalog.
Yeah.
She's also a very certain type.
She's not wearing lingerie though. I've seen more accounts that I would consider more softcore porn than this one.
Well, I would say this lands in the I agree with you. There's some that are just tits and ass.
Right. Where it's clearly for men.
Right. And it's yeehaw. Have a beer and look at them titties. And this is almost in a different way. You're being shown what he really drools over.
More realistic. Almost.
Right. Because
this picture, we're not going to show it, but is in front of a build it a scenic area.
But this is a version of porn. There's there is the amateur.
I could meet her porn. It's not just in the bedroom.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
This is kind of there's 1.7 million followers. I don't follow her, but I see why someone would, and it's not because they're interested in her poetry.
Right.
So it's and she is posting the most normal thing, but
well, that's why
normal becomes a kink if you look at it a certain way.
I've seen weirder, to me.
I've seen weirder, but the amount that this isn't weird makes it weird.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
It's almost more menacing because it's not so straightforwardly OnlyFans-ish.
Right. She's not to get into it, but she's Asian, she's very skinny with big boobs. She's almost looks anime-ish.
A little bit.
And so it's it is such a lane.
Okay.
Is how
it's interesting
I would
to see
it.
how men would describe this as, because on first glance I was this just looks like an influencer.
Yeah, not to me.
And then I took a deeper dive and I was this is probably a little bit more breast than I would see from an influencer with a mostly female following.
Right. This is for men.
Right, but more subtly.
Well, more subtly, and for men who have this specific type. This is their type.
Sure.
Or their fantasy. You know, there's a fantasy version, because I look at her and I don't know how much, photoshopping she's using, which might be all. those breasts might be AI.
Could be.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what's real, what's fake. Am I living? Are we taping anything? Is anyone here?
Who knows? You're in the Matrix.
Now I'm the guy who's trying to get away from everyone. I don't know. I just can't do it.
It's hard to tell. Yeah. Well, she says,
my main concern isn't the content itself, but the fact that it's so public. It feels unnecessary. And it makes me uncomfortable that anyone, including friends or family, could see this part of his life on full display. That's the thing about this is like.
That's why he needs a Finsta.
Right. Well, I just made assumptions about him.
I would almost rather a man had a Finsta, I think, to look at these kinds of accounts.
Right.
It's like, keep it away from your personal life.
Well, yeah, that's why you put magazines under the mattress.
Right.
Like,
I think we should go back to that, magazines under the mattress.
Mattress account?
To me, it's like, I don't have an issue if a guy, even if a guy I'm dating likes this kind of content.
Right.
In his, like, let's say that's the porn he's into. Sure. I agree with her. I don't want to see it, but like, I don't mind that you like it, but I don't want to see it, and I don't want anyone else that I know to see it.
Right. But I mean, here's the thing. This goes back to a conversation we had last week about like, are people 9 out of 10 or are they the 10th? Like, are people really am I going to Mike's account? Do you think your friends, when you met Mike, were going to his account to see who he follows?
Probably not, unless, I mean,
but wouldn't that take a real piece of shit?
Right.
Like, wouldn't that take like a real dirt digging friend that really?
I mean, I would do that. I would look at his. I'm not. There are other people's boyfriends, but I would look at my own to see who he follows.
Yeah, but not you. This is. You should.
Right.
To protect yourself.
Right.
But to protect your feelings, but like, everyone brings up the friends and the family, like. Your Uncle Richard isn't looking at who Mike follows on Instagram.
Right.
Like,
that's
a little
fraudulent. If I could see it, then they could. It's not like that they are seeing it, but that they could see it.
When I go to a account that I follow or thought to look at because it was a hot chick, and I see it says so-and-so and 10,000 other people liked it. You see that one name that you have in common. I'm always like, oh, guess we're into the same hot titties. And
yeah, well, I'm like, oh, that guy's into like, if I went to this person's thing and then I saw, because you might see by accident, I might stumble upon this person's profile.
You'll
and
go,
then see,
what is this?
Jared likes this picture. I'd be like, oh.
Right.
Like, doesn't always have to be so devious of like, I'm searching through your shit to get you in trouble.
But also your response isn't devious. You're not going to go, oh, guess he's a big fucking weirdo. You go, oh, I guess Jared likes pictures of women who I wouldn't like the picture.
That's another. Well, let's finish the email and then we'll get into it. But I think that's liking and following are also two very different.
Totally agree. For context, I'm 32. Personally, I think if someone wants to look at that kind of content, it should remain private. For context, I'm 32. He's 35. I'm from Kazakhstan and he's from Hong Kong, but we work together internationally. So my questions are: should I bring this up with him? If so, what's the best way to ask him to be more discreet without sounding judgmental? Is this a red flag, or is this a red flag I should address, or a deal breaker I should walk away from? Thanks so much. I just had to check on who this guy follows.
I don't blame her for checking.
We all kind
you see a trend.
Are curious of who the people we're dating are following.
Yes.
There's a curiosity. I don't think your friends have the same curiosity. I don't think your Uncle Bob is checking in on who your boyfriend is following. Yes, your Uncle Bob might also like anime chicks and see that your boyfriend and him are whacking it to the same woman, which is a weird thing to find out, but he's not going to bring that up to you.
I don't want to know that about Uncle Bob either.
Right. Uncle Bob's not coming going, you know what I found out today.
Right.
You know, so I know it is easy to like your brain to go down the road of like, everyone's going to see, but like, it's like those, I think Betches has done it. Those videos where it's like how you think people are going to come over to your house. Right. And then everyone goes through all the drawers.
All your shit, yeah.
And it's like, no one does that. But I get the insecurity.
Yeah, I could see it's because I agree with her in that she's like, I'm not against him looking or being into this. I just don't want it to be so public.
Right.
I think if he's liking, that's more of a reason to say something. Also, I think you could also do the light tease if you're with them in person.
Right.
Like, if I'm next to Mike and I see like there was like a model picture that came up like in his scrolling, I would be like, oh, like, are you getting shopping tips from that person? What is the?
But it's got to come up.
Right.
It's got to like.
Yeah. It would have to come up. It could be like, I mean, here's the thing. I guess like that's sort of an avoidant way of bringing up your actual issue.
Right.
And
which is what people do.
Here's the thing. I don't think it'd be crazy for him to unfollow and then go look at it if he wants to look at it.
Right. This person's
if it makes you more comfortable.
Hey,
would you do that?
I would do that for someone I cared about, but I also would be annoyed. I would say, why do I have to change? I mean, why is this a big deal?
For the reason I just gave you, which I think is valid.
Like I'm liking like, model pictures.
Well, you're single.
Too. But I'm single. But
if you were
then I get
not
in a relationship,
single,
but then I get in a relationship and they go, hey, your name popped up liking.
Can I ask why you like them?
Some of the models I follow, and I'm like being supportive in my mind. Like I really, like I.
Well, that would annoy me more. I'd be like, why do you need to support this person?
I don't know.
They don't give a shit about you.
I've had a few of these people come to my shows. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
they follow me back. We follow each other.
That's different. That's actually worse.
Right. So
it's all bad.
It's all bad. I mean, like I've been following some of these people for so long that like I don't see us as like. Well, I don't see us as like having a romantic future.
But then why do you need to like it?
Supportive. I don't know. Yeah.
I would, if it were me and I were dating
to let them know that I'd still take a blowjob from them.
Yeah. If you have a girlfriend,
right?
I would be like, why do you need to like this?
Listen, there's a bunch of people I dated,
especially if they follow you back.
Right.
That would be worse.
There's a bunch of people I've dated that I follow still. That I'm like, I tinker with like, should I unfollow? Should I just get out of here? And then I do have the fear, exactly like coming into my house and looking through all my drawers. They're going to be like, did you unfollow me?
You don't even have to unfollow more than you could not like.
I know. Not liking is
one is an
inaction.
Ask. And one is, like if you were liking any sort of sexual picture, I just feel like that's unnecessary.
Well, that's why this girl is a genius.
Right.
Her pictures are not sexual. So like if the guy wanted to keep up this person with 1.7 million.
Just supporting her.
I know. She's
just support women in the arts.
It's just her outside of a building in a teddy. That's how people dress outside of buildings, right?
I don't like anything. That's how I keep safe on the internet. I don't want anything coming up about me supporting anyone at any degree.
Well, now people are really looking at people's likes too. Like to
it's
see.
A thing.
It is a thing.
Because to me, it's just so, you could just easily not. It's like no footprint versus just like adding on one more thing for someone to think about that you did.
You're right. You're absolutely. That's the thing. He can't. Before I get into, he can't really have a good explanation. That's the thing. If she's going to ask for this, don't expect him to have like a good, reasonable reason that he likes the woman with big tits and 1.7 million followers. It's not going to be good.
I just respect her content.
I just want to make sure she gets to the next level.
Right.
Like, it's all bullshit.
I know.
There is the...
Well, why would he like it? Because he thinks there's a small chance that she sees that he's one of 30,000 likes.
It is the craziness of the internet. The impact on your brain, we will study it. We will go, wow, they really thought. There are men that are liking pictures of models thinking that like...
Maybe they'll notice that they liked a bunch of pictures. Yeah. I mean, that's bad.
It's a perverse
if you're dating someone.
Right. And especially if you're dating someone.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Well, we
did it.
Solved dating. I don't know if we solved dating or if we made people hate it more this week.
A little bit of both. That's what we're here for.
But we went long. This was a fun episode.
Yeah. We had a good time. All right. We'll be back on Friday.
Boom.